Hey everyone, today I am going to do a face-off between, sounds so funny, between the Too Faced Born This Way concealer and the Tarte Shape and Tape Contour Concealer. And I ordered these both off of Ulta actually, and it's been a couple weeks. I've been using both of them, and I still kind of can't make up my mind which one I like better, because when I first got them, I really loved the Tarte one, and I thought that the Too Faced one was like a little too yellow and didn't have enough coverage. Then one day I used the Too Faced one and I was like, this is really good. So I'm just being, you know, my usual ridiculous, ditzy, crazy self. But I thought I would share with you because I have been asked ever since my Kat Von D first impression. People are like, how do you like the Too Faced? How do you like the Tarte? And so it's like, I'm getting there. I'm going to tell you. So the Too Faced one is just like their Born This Way foundation formula, but in a concealer version. It is supposed to help with hydration levels. So it's supposed to be creaseless and flawless. It has hyaluronic acid and coconut water and all that good stuff in it. And then this Tarte one, I mean, they're kind of very different, is basically like your contour concealer. So you can use it as not only concealer, but you can kind of use it as foundation. In other words, you can use several shades of this, so you can like do your highlight and then do like your darker shade on the exterior, you know, the perimeter of your face, and then you can even get in some of the darker shades where the contour is, and then just like blend it all together and you've got your full face done. So it is a very full coverage concealer, but the reason I'm kind of comparing them is just because they are out right now. People are asking me like, which one do I buy? They're kind of in the same price range. And so not everyone is going to just buy both because they're different purposes, right? So I may end up liking both of these, even though I'm kind of like doing a showdown face off, like which one is better, I suppose. But I also might end up liking both of them just because they each have virtues that, you know, are useful. That sounds so weird. I did notice that the coloring, the color scheme, and this is what might turn off some people, is that for me, the Tarte concealer is a lot lighter, and this formula is this is shade light. It's very pink, and this shade is light medium, and it's very yellow. And even the light medium in this formula, I don't think is as yellow as the Born This Way formula. So that is a consideration. I like the packaging of both. I think you get the same amount, 0.23 ounces. Oh, 0.33. So this one you get a little more. Okay, I am going to do the Tarte on my right side. This is the cool thing about the Tarte, is it has an enormous doe foot applicator, and I think that is what lets you kind of do more application throughout the face. This is a really heavy duty thick product. Like I said, it's full coverage, and this looks really pale on camera right now. I can see in my viewfinder. But in person, you know, it's just like your typical concealer you would use to highlight. And we also all saw how white that Kat Von D concealer was, and it ended up working really nicely. I think I'm just kind of loading this up. So I feel like ever since IMATS and listening to some makeup artists, the ones that work with celebrities and on set, is they don't really do this whole like thick baking application of concealers and foundations like a lot of, you know, even celebrity makeup artists like Mario does for Kim Kardashian and stuff like that. They do a less is more approach where they're just sort of stippling in shades throughout and not, you know, caking it on, if that makes sense. Okay, so good coverage. Whoa, whoa, right? Yeah. Now let's do the Born This Way on the left side, and you will see the color difference right away. Like, look at that. So much yellower. I love the Born This Way foundation. I could have worn that today. Instead, I'm wearing my CoverGirl BB cream because I was playing Switzerland, okay? Wasn't gonna wear Born This Way and not a Tarte foundation. That wouldn't be fair. So I already have my CoverGirl BB cream on in the shade Light Medium. It's the new one. Now I like the way that one really looks more highlighted. I have to blend more. Than this one, even though this one was a yellower and not as light. Isn't makeup crazy? Like, makeup is science, you know? There's such a science to it about the light and the pigments and the chemistry. Way more than I even. Okay. So here we are, and I will go close up for you. My light isn't as strong on this side. Hang on. I will try to fix that. There we go. So kind of both kind of great, right? It's like, what's the difference? Okay, I'm going to use some RCMA powder just because that's such a light powder to dust. And I'm going to setting brush. Oop, I don't want to crease. I want to crease before I set. This is my problem. I'm so expressive. I am not baking, just so you know. I mean, it might look a little bit baking, but I am not baking. In fact, let's Royal Brush Company and Silk Pro Flat Powder C175. I'm just trying to get the residue of powder off. Okay. So my observations that you may not be able to see on camera, but that I can see in person, is the Too Faced one is not as thick. It neither of them are creasing yet. Both of them have really good coverage, and they both blended really well, and both shades work despite how different they are. So we'll just have to wait and see what a few hours does. I'll show you kind of side by side. Okay, so let's do a little bit of bronzer. I'm using Catrice matte medium bronze, also from Ulta. I think I got it at the same time. I'm kind of doing the JLo 3 action. I think Scott Barnes came up with that, but I could be wrong. And then I'm gonna take the same brush, because I don't care, and I'm gonna dig into my Kat Von D dual brush in Mickey and Mallory. And someone is now doing their hedge trimmer. Okay, and let's do my Physicians Formula. I'm going out of focus, sorry. I'm doing an MUA fan brush just right here. Okay. So what I will do for you guys is, it's my husband's birthday today. We are going to go out to dinner, and I am going to leave below in the comments section how they fared. Yeah. So you can also, well, you can't today because it'll already be done. But if you want to, you can follow me on Snapchat for things like this where I update you throughout in live action, real time. Just kidding. Okay, well, thank you so much. That was my showdown of concealers. And right now, I'm liking the Too Faced one because I feel like it's just a little thinner, a little more like not dry, but maybe just a little more kind of softer. But if you want some serious coverage, boy, that Tarte stuff, I almost want to get a different shade and then use it as a foundation. Can you see? Yeah. So what do you think, guys, right now? Do you think Too Faced or Tarte? Let me know in the comments. Hard to decide. All right, well, let me know any questions you might have if you're sort of still on the fence of which one to buy. And I will see you down there. And thank you so much for supporting my channel. Thank you so much for subscribing and watching. And I will see you next time. Bye.